I'm not sure is it this one, but there's a person, one of important person. Um, okay, she's my ex. I think we should cut that part. But yeah, I tell you the story to you guys as my bro and sis. Okay, you can choose which part you want to keep it. When I started the company, I worked so hard. I put all my energy, my effort into this company, and of course I'm suck at maintaining relationship, and yeah, blame others is the thing that I used to do at the time, and yeah, eventually we break up. So okay, I think we can just depart after this. There's one.
It's about the struggles and the pains that you've experienced like along the journey. What's a piece of advice that you wish you'd known when you just started your company?
I'm not sure is it this one, but there's a person, one of important person. Okay, she's my ex. I think we should cut that part. But yeah, I tell you the story to you guys as my bro and sis. Okay, you can choose which part you want to keep it. When I started the company, I worked so hard. I put all my energy, my effort into this company, and of course I'm suck at maintaining relationship, and yeah, blame others is the thing that I used to do at the time, and yeah, eventually we break up. So okay, I think we can just depart after this. There's one important person told me that Pete, you should be more human. And I wonder, what the fuck? I'm not human enough? What is the human in your definition? I try to make a movement here. I try to create a movement here. It's doing my own company. I curate TEDx speakers. At this age, I'm so successful and so meaningful and driven human. Why you tell me to be more human? I don't understand. And this question keeps stuck in my head for quite a while. As you can see, it turns into the company tagline and kind of a business value proposition ด้วยซ้ำอะไรเงี้ย So I think each person will face their own like pillars of question. It may be from your parents, maybe the shadow of your parents that is so success that they can send they can send you to international school. It's not easy being a rich kid. You have your own trap. You have to run away, and you have to find what is the. I think it's not about finding the answer. It's about finding some question worth asking. And if it's meaningful enough, that question, it's gonna stick with you for quite a few times, a year. For me it's years. And it makes you more human. It makes you a better person. It will fill the gap of that hole that maybe from someone's expectation. And when you can fill that hole and you can find your own drive, maybe that's the next step.
You've mentioned how you've established TEDx Bangkok to kind of humanize your identity, sort of, so you won't be criticized by others, based on my understanding. So, what qualities are you looking for a TEDx speaker?
TEDx speaker.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for TEDx speakers. When I do TEDx, and a lot of people ask me, oh, I want to be the speaker on stage. I got a lot of like direct message and DM from their secretary, and people would want to be on stage. I really like the quote from Chris Anderson. He's head of TED in the headquarters. He said something like, if you want to be a rock star on TED stage, you want to shine bright like a diamond on TED stage and give a cool talk, if your dream is that, you should stop that dream and go back to your table, work damn hard to make meaningful things for others, and then we'll go find you. So TED speakers is not about those who have a good speaking, those who have like public speaking skills. You want people with ideas, the change makers, doers. Those people would done something, like take action of something, and those people, like a lot of doers, they are doers, so they don't like know how to craft or tell the stories about their work. So we try to find the people with meaningful job, with interesting ideas, and our job is to help them tell stories. So yeah, if any of you or any of the viewers here want to be TEDx speakers, do something meaningful, do something you think is have some contribution to specific people, to some human in some industry, and we'll go find you. So yeah, that's how I find my speakers. And come back to the process of work. We gonna start every year try to brainstorm our team. What is the pain or the struggle or the thing that annoy you in this city called Bangkok? What is the pain? It's similar to design thinking process, right? So I empathize my team. What is that pain? And we try to ideate the theme and try to find the speakers that fit the themes. So we're gonna scout a lot of people, also research, and also go to talk with them first before invite them to be our speakers. So we for example, if we want to find a designers, one designer speakers at our event, we're gonna talk 3 potential speakers to have a quick date with them first to know that it's not about they right or wrong or good or bad. It's about do they fit the theme or the direction of our content and that year, and also finding that do they have the commitment to rehearse and get into our curation process.
Sorry. So what goals do you want to achieve with TEDx Bangkok?
Before it used to be kind of movement kind of thing. I think okay, I have to confess you, at first TED is my hill sand, and I think this place could give me the spotlight. Honestly, you guys do TEDx because you want to put something beautiful in your resume. When I first got the job offer from TEDx Chiang Mai, I see myself on TED stage. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if I be the organizer behind it? Even more cool, right? But after 7 to 8 years of TEDx, I found that those TED red and logo and so-called red carpet, it's just a logo. Seminar have been in the life of us for so many years. TED is just a seminar, right? It's just people listen, people talk.
Yeah.
What's cool about it? And I found that what's cool about TED is not the logo, it's not the red carpet, but it's the people. Somehow TED have the magic charm to attract those weirdos and nerds and some passionate people together with the diverse combination. That's why I think it's always my ideal place to explore, to learn new things about new person perspective, and also learn to get hands-on and doing things without thinking about money, because it's all volunteer stuff. It's all volunteer work. I get no money from it. I เข้าเหนือบ่อยๆ from it and what it teach me is yeah, we can make change along the way. There's so many speakers that we are proud of that we can put and we can craft their stories and give them our stage so they can spread the ideas when Mayday the person will change the whole bus stop. You think the bus stop is the new version of bus stop. At first that he told me his dream is changing the รถเมล์ of Bangkok. ในใจเป็นไปไม่ได้หรอกแหวนเอ้ยเกิดมา20กว่าปีประเทศนี้มันไม่น่าเปลี่ยนง่ายขนาดนั้นนะ and then his dream not fully but part of them if you go to ผ่านรถเมล์เมื่อไหร่ก็จะเห็นป้ายรถเมล์ new version and that's part of the Mayday team which is one of their first stage that they give a talk and talk about their ideas, and we are not only bringing them on stage, we actually asking the audience that not if you're not only just want to come here and listen and take a selfie with TEDx backdrop and look elite and intellectual enough already, you go with us next week we're gonna go on the street we're gonna go ask ป้าที่ขายข้าวเหนียวหมูปิ้งว่าแบบป้ายนี้รถเมล์สายไหนผ่านบ้างป้ายนี้ควรจะชื่ออะไรดี actually not just an idea but an action to make something like push forward so that's one of the things I'm proud of is that making change but what I more proud of now for TEDx is the community I think the speakers the volunteer there's amazing people and I think what teenagers or young people like you guys should keep in mind is like what's important is not what kind of like industry you want to be, what kind of salary you want to get paid, but what kind of people you want to be surrounded with. For me, I'm so lucky I get into the center of like TEDx community, which has a lot of like weird, smart, kind, nerd, and they're giving people. They're like generous people who see the young kids like have the bright eye มองตาแป๋วที่แบบพี่ต้องกวีวุฒิที่แบบโอ้โหไปเรียนสแตนฟอร์ดดีไซน์ทิงกิ้งทำเพจ8 บรรทัดครึ่งพี่เตาบรรยงแบบผู้บริหารเกียรตินาคินพัทระที่แบบโอ้ I feel like I'm so small talking to him but when they see the bright eye like the eyes you looking at me right now they know that like opportunity is the thing to give and they give their time to craft their talk on the stage with me with my teams and those time we spend together I learn a lot of things so it's still my playground kind of thing to make change to meet people and also learning
I have a question about like the realization that you have. So what was the indicator that led to the epiphany that TEDx was just a logo, but it was rather more than a logo, it was more of a community. So what was the indicator that led to that epiphany that you had?
A quote from Thor maybe. Asgard is not a place, it's the people. Right? Thor said it. When? I don't know, I just keep asking. Because when you do something for free, like volunteer work, like this thing also like a volunteer work for you guys, right? You didn't get money from it. So for me, I have one weird habit that I always do when I organize event. I always like not really enjoying my event because I'm the organizer, I'm MC sometimes, right? So my moment would be like the end of the event when the production partner begins to tear down the stage or start to rip up all the cameras and lighting and it turned into a blank theater auditorium. I would sit there watching the whole torn down an event because I was at the beginning when it's just a theme, a concept, a post-it note, and I want to sit there and see the things being torn down because the question I keep asking when I'm watching there in the auditorium is like, what is left after this? What's still remaining after the form of the event, the stage, the mic, the lighting just torn down? What is left at that event, at that campaign, and that firework I put on the sky at that time? Is it like the meaningful relationship with the volunteers? Is it like the new possibility for speakers? Is it like a new friendship for audience? So I try to sit there and absorb and observe, see what's happening at the moment, and I finally come to realize that those logo that it will be like put away very soon, and it's just like a wood basically and colors. It doesn't mean anything, but there's so many TEDx, there's so many events, but I think the charm of TEDx Bangkok is, like I said, the people that gathering together, want to do meaningful stuff, want to put their time, their effort to make something that they feel like they can contribute. We got like so many smart people do some weird work, like we have some like PhD scientists become our speakers, researcher. We have Cherprang BNK as a คนเปิดประตูตอนอีเวนต์ปี 2015 We have like we have so many talented people just to be a little part of it and we feel like I'm so honored because everyone know that แบบ การเป็นฟันเฟืองเล็กๆในสิ่งนี้มัน meaningful อะไรเงี้ยso for me it's like not let these people down.
So like once you've selected your speakers, how do you work with them so that they can build their talk and develop it so that they make the most impact as possible?
Yeah, so what I do with my speakers, actually when we talk about public speaking and TED Talk, people think about the talking part. But actually most of the work we do, especially me, what I do is listen. It's so easy to find people who want to talk. It's so easy to find yourself want to talk about something. But it's so hard listening to people. It's not easy. But if you can do it, I tell you this is one of the worth investing skill if I were your age. If you have the energy or the vibe that give people the feeling of like I want to talk to this human. You get a lot of things that you never expect. They will tell you a lot of stories that they never told anyone, because in this world that people trying to spread their stories in every social media platform, we try to craft the best version of ourselves in IG in terms of visual image. We try to dance our best on TikTok. We try to craft a very good looking status on Facebook. Nobody really listening. Which of your followers really waiting for your post? You sure it's that one? I'm not sure. But as a human level, I think in the world of like digital transformation and AI stuff that you can see it's coming quite quickly and scary for my generation. I think it's yours too. I don't think we have to be more digitized. We have to be more humanized. When you're with the human and present is present, you know, like the actual fact that they're giving you time and sitting with you for like they have to come out like from the house risk for COVID. It's a precious moment. So if you can like actively listening and like work hard to craft the question to find the best of their stories, people willing to share your stories, to tell a lot of secrets. And that's the first step for me doing TEDx. So what I try to do for every speaker is just listen and keep asking to find their stories, to find their journey, to find the interesting ideas. And if it fits our themes, like I told you, we invite them to be one of the speakers. And after that is the co-creation. My role as a story curator, to go back to the root of the word curator, is like the word using in museum and in art gallery, right? They have a lot of like artifacts and pictures. They have like มีพันรูปอย่างเงี้ยแต่มีพื้นที่วางของเลยแค่10 ชิ้น 30 ชิ้น 100 ชิ้นใน exhibition theme นี้ What would be the story you pick and where to put it? Which one go first? Which one is the ending? That's the role of curator in museum, right? For me, I'm a story curator. So I go to dig into a person's story, their whole life, the ideas that they have, and I try to pick and reorganize it. I help them write a storyline. What is the presentation technique that they should use? Sometimes it's like being a coach for boxer, right? So they have to go on the stage and get into the ring, get into the fight with the audience by themselves. But I'm that coach เป็นพี่เลี้ยงนักมวยที่ have to you should do some more jab here. You should like this is your strength. You have strength on this part. Elaborate it, articulate on this part more. So I'm like story curator เป็นเหมือนพี่เลี้ยงนักมวยที่นักมวยคนนั้นเนี่ยคือคนที่จะไปขึ้นไปพูดบนเวทีแล้วเราก็หาวิธีที่จะทำให้เขา present their ideas in the best way possible. But it's a co-creating work. They have to work hard too. They have to rehearse too. They have to think about their ideas on the bed before they sleep too. Because TEDx is kind of แบบครั้งหนึ่งในชีวิตเนาะแบบว่าไม่ได้พูดกันบ่อยๆ so I can help you as much like as a coach, but on the stage is it's your thing, it's your fight. Yeah. So that's the process of like TEDx speaker and curator.
Has the boxers that you trained been like felt demotivated, like they felt like they need more support? If yes, like how have you empowered them to continue?
Whatever it takes. If they're your boxer, if they call you midnight and you have to be there with them until 4 a.m. in the morning, like I went to be there with when I do. Sometimes like they want to quit along the journey.
Yeah.
I go to talk with them. Sometimes they have so many fear and struggle. I try to listen to them and support not as a curator but as a brother and the person who care about them as a human too. So whatever it takes to help them tell better story, I do for my speakers. But there are actually like some like boundaries. For example, like there are some speakers that they cannot like commit to the process, like they cannot give time to rehearse and stuff. There are a few speakers that we like cancel along the journey too, because we feel like this a lot of hard work for not only from me, right, that put effort into it, but so many people, designers and everyone and everyone in the team put it. If anyone in the team is not like have a full commitment, I would rather like do it again when they're ready.